this is Jennifer Redmond Knight, your guide to partnership building. And this week we are talking about effective meetings and figuring out the best schedule. And I will just tell you now, there's no perfect schedule or right schedule. It really depends. If you've missed the first two blog posts from earlier this month, then check those out. We've talked about the purpose and the people, and those are important pieces to consider when determining your schedule. And then this week, I really highlight 3 recommendations to consider in addition to that to figure out what that right meeting should be. One of those is, what is the goal and timeline that you guys are focused on? You've probably selected a priority. So what does that look like? What do you need to do and when? And that really will help drive how often you need to meet. Another important piece is your staff's capacity. And I've emphasized this before, and I will continue to emphasize this again. If it's all volunteers, it's really, really difficult to keep things moving forward. You've got to have staff involved helping move forward meetings. And preparing and planning and hosting a meeting is a lot of work. And so it's really important to consider what is possible and what can be done. So thinking through that capacity to determine meeting frequency is very important. In the past, I've often been a part of meetings where we're like, every month, let's meet every month. And I don't know about you, but every month would sneak up on us really quickly. Anyway, so think about that capacity, and you may have to adjust things. The third piece probably is obvious, but assess your members. Find out how often they're willing to meet and what that looks like, and put that all together. So as you consider the goals and timeline, you consider your staff capacity and your member assessment, then you'll know that right schedule. And remember, you can start meeting in a certain frequency, and if it's not working out, then you can always change later. I mean, one of the things that is important to consider when you're leading groups and coalitions and teams is that what works for a time may not always work later. And so it's important to reassess that after a while as well. Well, I'd love to hear from you all in terms of what has worked well for you when it comes to determining your best meeting schedule. How have you figured that out, and what's worked for you? I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments, so please chime in. And also, if you don't yet get my updates on my blog posts, then I'm going to put a link. I have a free resource on emotional intelligence and partnership building, and you won't miss any of the blogs. I post them on Monday mornings. So anyway, I hope that your meeting schedule is just what it needs to be. And if not, you take some time to tweak it this week. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.